Alright, so look, what's good with y'all? BJ Too Solid back with another video. And today I'm gonna talk to y'all about the skills that I gained working my first job. So my first job I worked at was McDonald's. I started working at McDonald's when I was 16 years old. All right, now working at McDonald's was a crazy experience. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, from the people who worked there, the experience that I had, like the stuff I seen, the stuff I did, you know what I'm saying? McDonald's was low-key crazy. But first thing I'm gonna talk to y'all about is responsibility. Working at McDonald's, like, the responsibilities you really got. If you work in a grill and get the food out, you know what I'm saying, get it out on time, make sure it's food stocked up, boxes, you know what I'm saying, just basically stocking stuff and getting the food out. If you work at the front counter, make sure you getting the orders out. Same thing if you're on the headset, make sure you ringing these orders up and getting the orders out. But you gain a lot of responsibility, kinda, working fast food, or like working your first job is gonna build you up. Another thing is communication skills. The type person I am, I kind of still am like this, but I talk to people now. Like, I talk more, but back then I ain't really talk to people for real. Like, I was always to myself. Yeah, I was just always to myself. I ain't really talk to nobody at the job, but months working in, for sure, over a year later, but like talking to everybody, kind of like had a connection to everybody. Not saying I was close to everybody, but I know who they was, they knew who I was, you know what I'm saying? We'd talk when we was there. Same thing with the customers. You're gonna gain communication skills, or I gain communication skills, talking to the customers. I'm handing in their food, bringing food out, whatever they need, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. Another thing, number 3, is teamwork. Man, me and my homie, we was both in grill, you know what I'm saying? And me and him, I ain't gonna fake it, like 9 times out of 10, it was gonna be me and him in the back. It was gonna be a third person too, but like the other dude, he was a jackass, okay? He was a jackass, but you know what I'm saying? He was kind of cool, you know what I'm saying? Dude, he was kind of cool, but I gained a lot of teamwork skills working with my homie there, and the other dude who had worked there, just people in general, bro. This dog need to shut up, bro. Hold on. All right, my fault. But look, though, back with the teamwork. So when me and my homie was working at McDonald's, we had a manager. She used to be coming to the back whenever it was a whole bunch of orders. We had a whole bunch of food on the screen and stuff like that. She'd come to the back, help us with the food, get the food out, help us draw food. Me and my homie, he dropping buns, I'm dropping buns. We both getting the food out to the front, you know what I'm saying? So we both really gained a whole bunch of like teamwork skills, working together, plus working at fast food. So that was another skill that I really gained, teamwork. Another thing is reliability. I ain't gonna fake it, like, I'm pretty sure I started driving at 16 too. So I used to be driving to work, but I was always on time. Well, yeah, basically I was always on time, I ain't gonna lie. But towards the end, I just stopped caring. I ain't gonna lie, I stopped caring about the job. It was just like, fuck that job. I ain't gonna lie. Towards the end, I really stopped caring. But I for sure was reliable at my job. If they wanted me to come in, I was not coming in, but the way my mind is now, I'll probably come in, but back then, I was not coming in. You got me bent, I'm not coming in, bro. But yeah, no, I was reliable though. Like, I was always at work, on time, and I never really called off. I ain't really had no point to really call off, or I ain't see no reason in calling off. I ain't need to. Another thing, 2 more things. The first one, it's getting out of my comfort zone. Like I said, I was like a to myself type person. Not really antisocial, kinda, but I really just stayed to myself. I didn't really want to talk to nobody there. Really ain't know nobody when I first started. But, you know what I'm saying, as I started being around more people, I started getting out of my comfort zone, talking to people, laughing with people, you know what I'm saying, hanging out with them. So, working my first job really got me out of my comfort zone too, and just learning stuff. You know what I'm saying? Kinda, I ain't gonna say it changed me, but it really opened my eyes to, like, you know what I'm saying, something different. And the last thing is saving. Now, when you work your first job, a lot of people gonna overlook this, but I say stack up some paper. Like me working my first job, like I wasn't actually saving the money cash, but the money was in my bank account. So I guess you could say I was saving, but I wasn't actually I wasn't actually doing it till like the end, just actually like putting money up every time I get paid and stuff like that. But for sure, after that job, I was putting money up. But when I was working there, um, I wasn't really saving money, and I don't regret that because it is what it is. It is in the past or whatever. But make sure when you do work your first job that you actually, you know what I'm saying, saving money, and that you actually not just spending your money on food, clothes, shoes, what else? Just a whole lot of BS. Actually, save your money and spend your money wise. You know what I'm saying? Your money will save you on a rainy day. So make sure you got some money stacked up. But it was just some skills that I learned really working my first job. You know what I'm saying? I'll probably talk about some of my experiences working at McDonald's, like later on down the line. I probably got some story times for y'all too working there, but you know what I'm saying? This was just a little video about skills that I gained working there, kind of what it was like working there. I really can't go into depth actually being there. I could touch on jobs that I work and my experiences there, because it's a whole lot of stories and experiences that I had working there. But I appreciate y'all for watching the video. Like, comment, and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all for watching. Hope y'all have a good day, man.